Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the studio. My name's Arthur.
And I'm Scott, and this is Artfully Bourbon.
We aren't bourbon experts, but we're artists and designers who have worked with some of the biggest brands in the world.
Our passions have led us to the appreciation for the American art we call bourbon.
We're thrilled to embark on this flavor journey with all of you.
We're going to experience a unique, artful perspective through reviews and interviews and stuff like that.
And I don't know about you, but hopefully we'll learn something along the way.
Okay, so in this episode, we're going to reveal our top 5 bourbons right now that have stolen our hearts and our taste buds.
And this is everything from bourbon classics to limited release blends.
These pours are going to set the stage for an unforgettable bourbon journey and one that we look forward to sharing with you.
Let's dive in.
You ready?
Let's do it.
That's art.
That is art.
That is art.
That is a work of art.
Before we dive in, how did we come up with our top 5? Well, these are our favorite bourbons that reveal our current bourbon journey. We're going to select our top bourbons right now based on a few things. Obviously quality, bang for your buck, and number 3, relative availability. And also we try a lot of bourbon and over time our taste preferences change, but these are going to be our favorites right now.
All right, I'll go first.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, my first bottle today is Pappy 23. It is probably the most well-known bourbon. It goes amazing when you mix it in with Coke.
Okay.
What?
That's not Pappy.
Oh, my bad.
That's Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Definitely not Pappy 23.
Yeah, Jack Daniels number 7. It's a good bottle though.
It is a good
Yeah,
bottle.
all right.
It's just not Pappy.
Yeah, and not my first bottle. I was just messing.
Not too many people get those mixed up.
All right, first bottle.
Okay, first bottle.
First bottle, for real, old granddad. 100 proof, made in Kentucky, and it comes in about $20 a bottle, depending on where you're at. Amazing value, amazing flavor for $20. This is one of my favorites to put in cocktails. Not necessarily Coke, but a bourbon mule or something like that is great. Even in an old fashioned, works nicely. This though, what I like most about it, it pairs great with pork tacos. Pork tacos, old granddad, perfect.
I'm hungry right now.
All right, what's yours?
Okay, mine. Wild Turkey 101. So Wild Turkey 101, we got the obviously 101 proof, distilled in Kentucky, and it's coming in at about $20, so great value as well. This baby right here, this thing is like the life of my liquor cabinet. I use it on everything. I pour it in my cereal sometimes. It's just extremely versatile. It's got that Wild Turkey classic mash bill that they use in all their expressions. And it's got that bold spiciness that I just love. It holds up well to cocktails, so you mix it with your Coke. You can drink it neat, drink it on the rocks. It's really up to you. It's just all around great value, and it's something that I would definitely recommend everybody have on their shelf.
Yeah, agree. These first two should be on everyone's bar.
Definitely.
All right, let's get on to bottle number 2. Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. This is one of my favorites right now. It is a rye bourbon blend, Boo Rye. I like saying that.
It's a great word.
Rye. This is from California, and like I said, it's a blend. It comes in at, 45%, about 90 proof. And it's just a great daily sipper. If you're just needing to unwind, pour something that's not overly expensive, it is a great option, about $30. And the best thing about this, you buy a bottle, you plant a tree, you create a new barrel for more bourbon.
You're doing good for the earth.
It's great.
My number 2, Maker's Mark 46. We're looking at a 94 proof distilled in Kentucky, and a bottle is going to run you roughly $35 or so. Just a very smooth, easy drinking bourbon. If you like wheated, which I know I love wheated, and their standard expressions, again, one of my favorites. This right here is the standard expression. After they're done aging it, I think it's around 6 years or so, if I'm not mistaken. They drop 10 French oak staves into the barrel, and they age it for roughly 9 weeks, I want to say. And it just makes it, it gives it a beautiful bourbon. Not too oaky, but it gives it just some really nice notes in there.
All right, my number 3.
What do we got here?
Is something you might not be real familiar with.
Where's that from?
Ben Holiday comes from Missouri. So this guy just came out last year for the first time, and I had the experience of trying batch number 1. This bottle and bond is obviously 100 proof from Missouri, and it comes in about $55, $60 range, depending on where you get it. A little bit higher price, getting up there, but the flavor, very kind of fruity, floral on the front end for me. Back end gets a little bit more of that spice, the lingering mouthfeel. Very complex, very good. So Missouri, definitely some good stuff going on there, and don't sleep on this one.
Okay, my number 3 is Elijah Craig. 94 proof. We've got another Kentucky bourbon, and this is going to run you about $40. So this is the small batch, and this is basically one of Elijah Craig's just staple all around great products. One of the flagships of the line. So anyway, this is a good easy drinker. Very smooth, sippable, classic bourbon, vanilla, cinnamon notes in there. Just if you're looking for just that quintessential bourbon flavor profile, you can't go wrong with the Elijah Craig small batch.
Yeah, Elijah Craig, classic, quintessential. If you like this one, you'll definitely like the toasted single barrels.
Yeah,
just great stuff.
Great line.
Elijah Craig does good stuff. All right, 4. We are going with Angel's Envy. Had the experience of our first distillery tour in Louisville, checking this guy out, took the tour. The best experience was when we had the tasting, had some chocolate with it. The best dessert I've ever had. So ever since then, this has always been on my bar, and I love pairing it with chocolate, a little dessert flavor, so good. Love the sweetness that comes through the rum cask that it gets finished in, and then it has some of that rye spice on the end. Again, just so good. This one is 100 proof, so still in that kind of bottle and bond range, a little higher proof, a little bit more spice, but definitely a lot of sweetness. And this one gets up there a little bit more in price, $75 around there. So getting up there, but you will not, again, be disappointed.
My number 4 just happens to also be 4 roses. 104 proof, so slightly higher in proof than my others. Distilled in Kentucky, and our bottle's going to run you about $55 or so. The standard expression was on my shelf forever. One of my all-time favorite bourbons. I've always had my eye on this one. I knew that I wanted to try it. Obviously, it's more expensive than the standard expression, and my mother-in-law actually bought me this for Father's Day, and that allowed me to dive in, and I haven't turned back. It's worth the extra money. If you're looking for something a little bit more complex, you know, it's a little higher in proof, but that higher proof just adds just a ton of flavor. Great bourbon notes in there, great spice. The fruit forward stuff is amazing. Nice finish on it, and just an all-around great sipper.
Yeah, and if you like the OG, the yellow label in a mint julep, you'll definitely like this one. All right, last one, number 5. All right, my number 5 is gonna be Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is the West Virginia Great Barrel Company collaboration. I got this at the distillery when we were there recently in Bardstown. One of the best experiences, some of the best bourbon I've had. We experienced the Discovery Series 9 and 10, the Origin Series, but this guy right here took all of those down, in my opinion.
Agreed.
The flavor in this is absolutely amazing. It's a blend of rye again, with cherry oak barrels from the West Virginia Barrel Company, and the flavor, the complexity, it's just like, it's fruity, it has vanilla notes, it has that rye spice, it lingers in your mouth. It's everything about it is just amazing. This is a little less available. We got this at the distillery, so if you're there, make sure you check that out. It might be more available sometime.
I would imagine
soon,
it will be.
hopefully. And then it comes in at $160, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it is definitely worth that higher price point.
Okay, my number 5, we've got Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. You want to talk about a classic after dinner bourbon. This is coming in at about 90.4 proof. It's from Kentucky, Brown-Forman, just an excellent product. And it's going to be around $55. This baby is just full of flavor. I mean, one of the best noses on this thing that I've had. This is double oaked, and the standard Woodford, which this is, it's aged for 6 years. And then they get a brand new, lightly charred, heavily toasted barrel, and they pour it in there, age it for 1 more year, and it just, they do it well. And it's done right. It's the right amount of time. It's not too oaky. It's just the perfect profile for me. Again, I mean, Brown-Forman makes some excellent bourbons. This one's right up there with 1910, the Old Forester, some of those other ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes, it's a beautiful flavor profile.
All right, there you have it. Our top 5 bourbons right now on our journey. We want to hear your top 5, so leave a comment down below.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join us on this bourbon adventure. Let's raise our glasses to the incredible journey ahead of us.
Until next time, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace.
Yeah, we can drink now.
Little sip. Oh, yes. That's good. That's good. That's $20 bottle.